All right. So let's talk about pivoting within your vision and values. Let's say, you've talked to your audience, or maybe you just serve an industry that has radically changed and things are just really different. And you're like, okay, we need to pivot our offering. How do you do that in a way that you're not going to lose all of the momentum that you've already built up? And the answer to that is making sure that you have a super, super clear understanding of your vision and of your values, and making sure that whatever you're shifting to is still within those things, while of course serving the audience that you love and that you're trying to serve. Now, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here, in the sense that serving the audience that you have the power to help, whose problems that you have the power to solve, is the number one priority. So when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about, you've been communicating with these people. You've been asking them questions. You've been getting a deeper understanding of their problems, of how they're changed, how they've changed recently, how they're changing in the future. And this really needs to be the heart of the pivot. But how to make sure that it's going to be successful? Well, I'm always in favor of less is more, right? So I don't think that you should just take on a new service every time, but sometimes pivoting can be really, really important and amazing. So when we talk about vision and values, if you don't already have these things defined for your company, go check out Lee Goff, go check out Jason Swank, go check out one of these other amazing people in the field that do this kind of work to help agency leaders understand these things and really execute them well. And they're super important. I mean, you can also dig into, we have quite a bit of content, particularly on values, but basically, your vision and values are what you are changing about the world with what you do, and how you make every decision to get there. So what I mean by that is that your vision is really about that big, hairy goal. Not that big ass, like 10-year goal, but really like the thing that you are pushing against in the world that you want to change. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, but the power and the force of your brand and your message is only ever equal to what you are opposing in the world. And then your values, we talk about this all over the place. Check out some of our podcast episodes on this, some of our blog posts, but they're really about, how do you make decisions? How do the people on your team make decisions? What is a good decision or a bad decision? Basically, whether or not a decision adheres to the values you've set down, which is not just, professionalism, for example. Like, we do have self-awareness and authenticity, though. How someone is going to make decisions is going to be in a way that reinforces their own self-awareness and their own authenticity of self. And so if something isn't working out or someone doesn't agree, we know that they are representing themselves as they are and not as someone else. It also means that they're willing to own up to their mistakes and face the facts. Anyway, what does this have to do with pivoting? This might be a little bit hard to wrap your mind around, but these vision and values that you've created, these are what create momentum with your team. And then if you're really nailing this, the people on your team, even your clients, should be able to really say and understand in a few words what that vision is. They should be able to pick out some of those values just by how often you are demonstrating them. And so if you are making sure that your pivot is already solving a problem that they have, if you are making sure that it is still fulfilling that big, hairy goal for what you're changing in the world, people are still making decisions in the same way. You might lose the occasional person who doesn't need this new service, but you will go a long, long way towards attracting many, many more people that you already know you're successful at working with, that you already know you can help, that are on the same page with your vision and values. Anyway, so that's one little secret that a lot of people don't tell you when they talk about, shifting what you do, but just make sure that it fits in with your vision and values. Talk to you soon. Take care.